In today's video, we'll be going through part 7 of our physics review. In this question, we have a position versus time graph for a bicyclist, and then we have a velocity versus time graph for the bicyclist. Both questions ask us to find if the velocity is negative, if the velocity is positive, negative, or zero, if the bicyclist is speeding up, slowing down, or at a constant speed, as well as to solve for the velocity. Now let's go ahead and start out by looking at these two tips. These tips are that the slope of an xt graph, or a position versus time graph, is equal to the velocity, and that the slope of a velocity versus time graph is equal to the acceleration. Now, knowing that information, let's go ahead and answer our questions. Well, we want to find out if it's a positive, negative, or zero velocity. Well, we can see that the slope is 0, and we know that the slope of the xt graph is velocity. If the slope is 0, that means the velocity is 0, so we're going to have a 0 velocity. Next, it's asking us if it's speeding up, slowing down, or at a constant speed. Well, if it's at 0, it's not speeding up, it's not slowing down, it's not a constant speed, and there's no gradient that it's increasing, there's no rise over run, and there's no curve. So we're going to say it's at a constant speed. Next, we have to solve for the velocity. And again, the velocity we said is equal to the slope, which is rise over run, of this position versus time graph. And there is no slope. The slope is 0. So we have a velocity of 0. Now in part 2, it's asking us to use the velocity versus time graph to answer the same types of questions. Well, it's asking us to see if the velocity is positive, negative, or 0. Well, this is a velocity time graph, so whatever we see is going to be our answer in this scenario. Well, if we have a velocity that is negative 10, we know it's a negative, right? Because it's negative 10. So it's going to be negative. He's asking if it's speeding up, slowing down, or at a constant speed. Well, there's no change in our velocity throughout these 50 seconds or the time interval, so we're going to say it's at a constant speed. Finally, we have to solve for the velocity. Well, it's given to us as being negative 10. This question was one of the easier ones. I hope this video helped. If you believe it did, please consider to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for your support. Remember to hit the bell icon for future video notifications. Thank you so much.